as well.
Yeah, I need to remember if the Kennen was the ban as well.
I think it was.
Okay.
But I don't know for sure. We'll find out in a moment.
We'll find out.
Hey, Misfortune. Okay, this is not the same draft. I mean, it is the same draft, but it's not the same draft. This is a different game. All right, we've now confirmed it's a different game. We're not in the same timeline. We didn't like have some sort of glitch in the Matrix. I mean, Felio is Thresh this time.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So through the first 6 bans, because the Kennen was also banned.
Okay.
I just checked. Yeah, the Aphelios Thresh changeup. I'm happy to see it. I'll say it. I assume everyone else is saying because that was an ugly Lucian Nami game. You know, just a bit of a disaster, and I don't think they want to risk that again. Aphelios Thresh we've seen a little bit throughout the tournament. Still a strong champion. Still a strong bot lane as a whole. But without seeing the enemy team support yet, we'll have to see what they try and pair it up with. Thresh can be annoying for a lot of the standard engaged champions, but Amumu is actually one of the ones that is not too bad because you can't flay the engage necessarily the same way you can with some of the others because you'll get stunned up as soon as it comes in. So want to see how this interacts between the two of them, though the range advantage is still annoying for Amumu. That's
For sure.
always the struggle and why Thresh is good.
Yep, there's definitely, you know, 2v2 to be had here for Sven and Volker, but it's not nearly the same. Like, we are trying to stomp this lane 2v2 that Lucian Nami usually is. Obviously, not quite so good in the early stages. Lee Sin though for Babip apparently means all left time for Blabber. Definitely good with Thresh as well, obviously. Get a little extra movement for yourself there. You know, you don't have to use your legs for a ride. You can just take the lantern off to safety.
I'm a little surprised to see it over Xin priority. I still feel like Xin is a strong champion, even though Babip ended up dying a couple times towards the end of that game. He had a decent early game to get another good lead. So I would have expected to see them just swap those junglers, but with the Lee Sin takeaway, Blabber wants something that has the ability to just scrap Lee Sin out really hard. I mean, that's always funny when you see the two go up against each other. Lee Sin tries to kick the ulted Olaf and just goes, all right, well, I guess you'll just keep hitting me with those axes.
All right, well, already into phase 2 of bans here. Rumble actually taken off
Respect
the table
ban for
here.
Chachi.
Yeah. Haven't seen the Poppy in this series just yet. Of course, it has made an appearance already. Zoe also banned away from Perk, similarly respecting his power on that champion.
Maybe doesn't need to respect too much after the... No, I shouldn't say that. Yeah, and this time the lanes are more matched up. We had the slight difference in the two last time around, where there was the mid lane versus the support position here. With the matches in the initial phase of the draft, a lot of the bans are more targeted at champion pools that you don't have in your own. That's why you see the Rumble ban, because it's like, well, Fudge is never going to play that. Just get rid of it. I also don't think on red side you expect Fudge to want to play Gnar either, so that's why that ban makes sense. As much as it is a general pick, it's one that you're not going to take on red side. So you're banning out this potentially safe blue side option, and Peace just slams a couple more mid lane bans down.
Yeah, Sidra being banned, you know, maybe opens up the Rise. I don't think it's a counter matchup by any means, but Perks obviously looks very good on that champion. Perks is going to take the Rise blind here though, feeling pretty confident there. Can flex it as well if they need to, but is more likely a Fudge champion. Sorry, a Perks champion and a Fudge champion, as Akali is going to run down the clock and be the selection here for Peace.
Okay.
Let's see what their final pick is.
Interesting to see the Akali picked into Rise. Back a little while ago, that was a matchup they'd actually take Rise into because the Spell Flux bouncing off Akali and her Shroud and all that kind of stuff. Maybe with some of the recent changes, it's not quite as potent. Pairing it up with the Shen, though, makes a lot more sense. Tally likes to be a playmaker, likes to play these assassins like we were talking about in the last game, and the Shen gives you a dive buddy and a shield to be a little bit more aggressive. You also have a Mumu and the Lee Sin, so you have basically 4 dive champions with an ultimate on top of it, so very much a dive comp for the side of Peace. With the GP lock-in for Fudge, this is a very kite back focus comp on the side of C9.
Yep. You know, have Vulcan maybe to find some picks, but definitely going to be running around the side lanes a lot here. You know, Blabber's going to be running into smaller fights rather than full-on 5v5s like we saw in the last game.
Yeah, the Olaf is a bit awkward in this team comp in the late game, but in the early game, his job is to make sure that he is in the right position to win 2v2s and 3v3s that are going to be breaking out in the lanes, and less about, oh, late game, I'm an Olaf. Well, late game Olaf doesn't do a ton anyways, generally. So here, it's very much when they jump on you to help DPS threats down, the Olaf actually won't probably be charging for the MF. Maybe that's his job. Face plant the MF so she can't just full channel her ult on top of your team. Maybe that's what he's going to be going for. We'll have to see, but that's a question for 25 minutes in the game. Yep. We got to get there first.
Yep. And Blabber's Olaf is, you know, on form like it has been in the time we've seen it already in the tournament. Then could be rough there in the early game. Also very I'm always hesitant to like talk about Gangplank being a counter pick because, like, yes, this is a spot that is very common where you'll pick him into tanks, and historically it's been very good. But I feel like Gangplank isn't the kind of champion that like absolutely buries a 1v1 matchup. He more just like gets so far ahead in gold that it's not very fun to play against. And then he's like, you know, battling his 20-30 CS lead plus all his keg gold versus like whoever.
It's funny because GP can do that.
Yes.
If you don't play the matchups against GP well, you get trial by fire, Q poke spammed, and you get these grass procs on you, and it's very annoying. And suddenly you're at half health, and GP's at full health, and you're scared to contest the wave now, and the barrels build up. So if you do try and walk up to the wave, it barrel chains you, and like it can go south very quickly against GP matchups. But if you play it well, you trade well, you're both low health, you're fighting the barrel mini game, then you actually can, you know, get into these kinds of, like you're saying, these situations where the GP is mostly just farming and getting that extra gold income because he is always still a late game threat.
Definitely trust Chachi, have his handle on the matchup, but this is definitely one of the trickier ones. Like, not every tank is created equal in the laning phase. Shen is surprisingly good, but I think Gangplank should be very happy here.
Both of them are good about beating up other melee matchups for their respective roles as like, I'm a late game scaling threat as GP, and for Shen to be like, I'm a global tank thing. You know, both of them actually do hurt quite a bit if you get the pull through on the blade to get the bonus % health damage for Chachi. That is a key part of the Shen trading pattern. And you can do some nice setups as well. You know, you can see Shen sometimes leak into lane early, put their like their sword in the brush behind you, and then when you come to lane, they get the pull through instantly. Like, you can do some tricky stuff like that. But Chachi looks like he's more focused on defending the jungle entrance for Babip.
Tally not gonna ward. Oh, Doric actually has a sweeper ready to go. Already put a ward down in the brush, but not going to use it just yet. And looks like things are going to be nice and calm to start things off. But his opposite side starts, though, both on their blues. Little bit of help there from Chachi as Fudge meets the wave. No help for Blabber, doesn't really need it. Maybe even happy to get lower on health as Violet. Straight to the wave.
Yep, both bot lanes there right away, so you'll see some contesting, trying to get control of this wave, though you expect it to go in the favor of Aphelios Thresh, the green gun plus the extra range of Vulcan means they can just both be autoing the wave, where it's a little bit harder for a Mumu to help on the push.
Such good RNG, always has the green gun level 1. I don't know, man.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, I know. Wild. Oh, goodness, Aladark at it again. Clan's going to be burnt off. Guardian prop, but Aladark's just flashing in there. Straight in he goes. Bandage touch charges all out. But Sven's got no summoner spells.
Yeah, nice aggression there. I mean, that's one of the ways that you can win the level 1, because like I said, you can't walk up and just hit minions in front of each other, so Aldork uses the brush to get a little bit of control there. And then the double bandage toss. This is something I've been waiting to talk about all weekend.
Alrighty.
A lot of people talk about the double bandage toss for the extra CC and, you know, the extra gap closing that allows Mumu to stick on targets and stuff. But one of the important things is also just the damage that comes through with it. It did get nerfed a little bit, but on rank 1, you only lose 10 damage. So it goes from 80 to 70 after they added the second charge. It has a 3-second cooldown, you know, so it is spaced out a little bit. But that's a lot of extra damage level 1. On top of the fact the ratio got buffed. Hold on here, this might be a kill.
No flash, no cleanse, good hook, Babip flashes, and Sven is once again first blooded for Cloud9. Aladark, though, does find the bandage onto Vulcan, but they cannot find the follow-up.
This is how you're supposed to play Mumu. Really aggressively, you trade flashes early on, and then your jungler pathing bot to top, or excuse me, top to bot, sets up this level 3 gank that's super easy. Now Vulcan and Sven can't walk up, else they're going to get killed, and they push the wave a little bit early on. So there you see, very easy for them to get that kill. And like I was saying, they also buffed the ratio on the bandage toss going from 70% to 85%. You take double adaptive force for a Mumu's rune choice, so you actually have an insane burst level 1.
All right, mid lane now, but Blabber here ready to shadow this gank. Coke's already chunked down Tally, but maybe 3v1's going to be a little too tough. Level 2 there for Aladark, but that's good enough as Tally is going to flash in. Aladark will give up his life, but Tally needs to finish up Perk. Is going to happen at the end of it all, but it's a trade, and Blabber got the other kill as well.
Bit of a disaster there for Peace. They walked into the Rise, tried to fight him, and, you know, Rise, level 2, level 3, pretty scary with the spell fluxes bouncing around. Able to chunk out multiple people, and Olaf just waiting there, able to free hit on multiple members as they dove in.
Really good counter gank there from Blabber. Love the attempt from Peace again. Aladark continuing to stay aggressive, which you need to do on the Amumu, but was red there, and Perks was just able to get away with it here. Setting up this really nicely, actually, but again, Blabber being patient.
Yeah, just waiting to go in. Then there you see the double bounces between Babip and Aladark. Blabber absolutely destroys Aladoric and then refocuses onto Babip. And at this point, you know, Babip was saying, oh, I'm going to try and get out of here. I think it would have been a little bit better if they tried to just all focus down, finish off the Rise. You probably all still die, but maybe Tally doesn't have to burn his flash or whatnot. But either way, Cloud9 answer back quite cleanly, getting a 500 gold lead about it.
Babip battle again here. Sven still no subs. But Violet already a little too low. Vulcan finds the hook, but now they're going to get out of there. Aladoric finds Bandage 1, but here's Blabber this time. Flashing in, max range Q finds it! As Aladoric will kill Vulcan. The TP coming hot, but now it's the counter TP as Blabber. He just wants blood, he's going in, berserking on everyone! And that is a fatal mistake as he is shut down, but Perk, he's able to take down Babip on the trade, and there's nothing more to come here for Cloud9.
Chachi using this teleport down to the bot lane to save that play. Fudge ends up holding his, so he's going to get a little bit of an advantage in the minion wave. The minions were in front of his turret. Chachi had the push on him, so he was able to use that. So very close fight there, and you can see just how touch and go this is. Babip wants to punish, but Blabber does read this. He understands this is a power point right now for Peace Gaming, so he goes down there to try and cover his bot lane. It's very scrappy. It looks like it's still going to be in favor of Cloud9 just with how powerful Olaf is right away. So it's critical that Chachi actually did channel this TP to make it a little bit more even of a trade. Still ends up being 2 for 2 because of that TP. So well done by Chachi to keep that safe.
Alrighty, as we come back in, Cloud9 find themselves up a little bit, only 400 gold or so. But we'll see what happens here. Topside players here. Babip is in trouble. Does not have flash and will be killed as Vulcan with a nice roam sets up for Blabber's 3rd kill.
There you go. Blabber off to the races. This is what happened the last time we saw his Olaf. Picked up a ton of kills and plays. Then ended up falling off a little bit. But right now, he is such a force in the early game. I mean, I didn't think that C9's comp would be this early game focused, but they are just matching.
Oh, just setting it up as well. Aladoric walks straight to the waiting arms of Vulcan. Blabber's now level 6. Pops the Ragnarok for a bit of extra damage and does indeed get yet another kill, but Cloud9 at this point is starting to permanently sit in Peace's jungle, and I don't know how Blabber's Olaf always seems to do it, but he does. We have a mid lane matchup. We'll hold on that for a second because Sven's getting in onto Violet, but there is nothing to come of it, as we will have a look at the mid lane matchup once again. This is our feature matchup presented by Mercedes-Benz. Tally vs Perks, actually been quite a fun affair so far. Yeah,
there's been a lot of attention to mid lane both games so far. Perks getting the better of the matchup both times so far, I'd say, just a little bit. Syndra did have the help of his team, but once he got fed, kind of ran away with it. Tally came back in the game later, but early lane phase went in his favor, and here, yet again, the Akali's struggling early into the Rise like we kind of expected, and the initial ganks thrown that way. All it did was feed Perks some more kills.
And Blabber.
Sure.
1 and 3 now for the
Yeah.
Olaf. Gore Drinker done as Perks is working on that first item.
My God, a 7-minute Gore Drinker?
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
I mean, I tell you, I don't know how he keeps getting away with it, but he does. Even as a charge like a smite, he's been too busy hitting champions.
I don't know if I've seen that in any of the pro games I've watched where the jungler gets his Gore Drinker mythic before finishing his smites.
Yeah, actually, I don't think that might be a world's most achievement. I'll have to find out. Blabber's chilling, just hits down the ward, is once again saying, hey, like, don't go into this 2v2 or 3v3 because I'm ready.
Maybe the earliest MasterCard noise you'll hear in this tournament. Coming in before 8 minutes, and with all that pressure that they have because of Blabber, it makes sense Cloud9 start getting the Dragon Snowball stacking.
Well, the 5th smite is on the Dragon. A little late for Olaf, but again, Blabber's been preoccupied with slaying the enemy champions, so Cloud9 won't be too unhappy with the 8-minute Infernal Dragon. Perks also starting to free those legs from the mid lane. Trot up towards the top side here. Does have the blue buff ready. Chachi a little too far forward. No flash either. This is looking tricky for the old Shen.
Yeah, I'm going to try and turn around, get a kill onto Fudge.
Fudge is going to fade it out. There's the W just to make sure, and Perks picks up a nice easy one.
Yeah, Chachi knew he was dead. I like that more. Sometimes you see Shens in situations like that try and ult out. And I always feel like it's just a bit of a waste of a tool. So it just drops down there, dies. Babip's going to go and catch this wave, but things are getting from bad to worse for Peace now.
Oh, that is such a nice call out for Babip. Finds in there in the rush forward, hops, hits the Q, and then kicks him in the face for the kill.
Wow, that was pretty surprising he was able to do that. I think I wonder if he knew that Fudge was recalling a little bit first, that there was going to be a timing window where Perks' recall had finished and Fudge's had, and just knew where it was based off when they finished killing the minions, where they'd be. That was a pretty nasty call. That
was really nice. And now Blabber actually 1v3 right now because Tally's rotated up. Ragnarok is popped. Aladoric's just dead. But the Viking will be traded over. That is a much-needed shutdown gold there for Tally. Going back in, tags Volker, but it's the Rift Herald piece really want here.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised Blabber went for that. I guess it looked cool that you could 1v3 kill a Mumu who has already died 3 times, but at that point you hand over a fat shutdown. It doesn't stop the objective from going in their favor.
Perks getting real aggressive. Oh, that's the kill. Violet flashes a little too late, and Fudge is able to get the kill with the ulti.
Wow, I was not ready for that one, but Perks chunks out Violet hard enough that they just say, hey Fudge, you want a free kill, buddy? Right about here.
Makes it happen. As Sven getting some plates down here as well. Cloud9 starting to feel like they're running away with this early game a little bit more. Yes, Blabber ran himself into the Rift Herald pit and died. I'm guessing he blast coned over and was like, oh, I'm committed. I guess I'll just fight instead of running away because using my flash here doesn't feel particularly useful. Why he's in that spot is a different story, but I think once he's in that position, he maybe made the correct play. But Perks is still looking good here at 3-1-3, and plate gold starting to go over. Just feels like Cloud9 building up a pretty big lead. 2,500 gold ahead right now.
Yeah, Perks so far having an incredible series. As he, once again, sets the kill on Tally.
No ult, flash only. Volker with a good play. Lines the hook, and Blabber gonna grab kill number 6.
It's just so easy. So much vision control for Cloud9 in the river. You see double pinks on both sides of the lane. One in the pixel brush, one in the top river. Brush of mid allows them to easily collapse on top of Tally.
Alrighty, Aladoric, Vantage toss, ulti, looking for the kill. Vulcan into stasis, but abandoned by his teammate. Nothing left to do. Does go down to Violet.
And Vulcan trades the kill right back. They killed the mid laner, so it's like, great, time to go invade the enemy jungle. But, you know, Vulcan being the first one in, you are still pretty squishy as the Thresh, just having his boots completed. Kindred Gem means it's very easy for Peace to punish him, especially with the Mumu being 6 there.
Yeah, nice little run there for Peace's bottom lane to stay active here as Babip down to the bottom side does have the Rift Herald here. So he's looking to get some plate gold donated over. Violet going to clear the way first. Does have ulti if he needs it, and now the Rift Herald's going to be dropped. Mid lane, Blabber once again, but Tally still having flash this time. But Perk flashing in for the root. Now Tally's going to try and get the kill on the back end of the play because Vizichachi has joined in. And now Blabber has to fight 2 different people, but you know what? He's okay with that. Gonna force a flash there out of Vizichachi, getting in there, flash on top of Tally for the kill, and Chachi can't even fight back.
Blabber knows the limits out so well.
There we go. Babip is figured it out. Oh goodness, maybe it's not Blabber! Rampaging through the rest of the squad, gets one. The taunt lands on the Perks, but he's going to get the 3rd kill out of the deal as Blabber pushing it to the limit on Olaf.
Blabber's Olaf is such a beast in the mid lane there, turning the gank first onto Tally. Chachi comes in. He stays on top of both of them. Doesn't matter how many people you bring to Olaf right now. Blabber's going to kill him.
Not enough. 3 was not the magic number. As Blabber finds himself back with shutdown gold, ready to perhaps give back over. Doesn't want to. For 8 kills already. We talked about that 8-minute, some 8-minute gold drinker. I don't know what's coming next.
I was wondering if we could get a 13-minute Sterix off that, but I guess not quite. Here you go. Again, Tally just pushed up pretty far in the lane. It's a nice gank setup by Perks. This time they have the Channel to try and coordinate with this, but you know, a nice Rise Realm War by Perks kind of read the fact that Channel was going to be coming in, and it just leaves Blabber there to kind of slap both of them down. Tally's looking for a way to maybe turn with Chachi, but just too well coordinated on the flash auto with the Q coming on top. And then here, because it's not a Q-R-Q combo, maybe they could have bursted Blabber, but either way, I mean, with the red buff ticking, it just never even got that low, and Blabber's able to just lifesteal tank through all that.
Yeah, like Perks is like, oh, walks back slowly.
Oh, we're winning this? Like, I'll help.
I mean, Blabber just wanted the 1 kill, which he got, to his credit, right? Uses the splash, gets it, feels pretty safe. Maybe didn't expect Babbitt to turn around there, but certainly worked out, as second Dragon's going to be grabbed there for Cloud9, grabbing themselves the Ocean. It is Cloud again, Mark. We have been blessed.
God, man.
I don't know, again, like, one day we'll have to run the numbers on just how many Cloud tricks Cloud9 have got. It does feel like a lot. Perks and Aladoric gonna have a meeting. Vulcan's gonna join in. Not really invited, but you know what? He's not doing too bad, but Blabber, oh goodness. Everybody's dead. Oh, actually, Tally's all right. Olaf popping the ulti, doesn't get a kill.
Is everybody
feel
dead,
like a bad
Pastry?
deal.
Or is nobody dead?
Nobody was dead, but it feels like when Olaf appears on the screen, every champion around him instantly explodes.
Yeah, I mean, it was a nice escape by Tally. He bought space with Alidork after his ultimate to run out of there, and then using the Shroud, kind of found his opportunity to escape what was certain death if he stayed.
All right, well, disappointing in the lack of body count there in that exchange, but Blabber will be back for more, I'm sure. For Peace, they are going to have to stem the bleeding a little. They are down 6,500 gold, which is definitely rough. Violet not up to the same start, actually going lethality this time around. Build is a bit cheaper, so it's good on that front, but likely just the choice based on the game state in general. But, you know, in the last game, Cloud9 kind of had the lanes that they were looking to win, and Peace were able to fight back. This game definitely feels like, you know, if the plan was to win the game for early game for Cloud9, that plan is going along swimmingly.
Yeah, Cloud9 is absolutely slaughtering this early game. There's really not that many easy ways for Peace to come back into it. We talk about the Shen and Akali combo potentially in side lanes, but Rise is so insanely fed at this point, and GP has his own global to match it that I feel like, you know, Perks is feeling pretty safe if he ever does try and get 1v2 or 2v1s. And in the meantime, your bot lane's super far ahead. After what was a bit of a bad start, it stabilized pretty heavily because of the mid domination and the jungle domination. So from here, they just run around, take the map, turrets, and the last one on the map is the mid-outer.
Yeah, looks like they're working on this here, but I'm going to move down to get some vision in the enemy jungle. Vulcan, once again, is first on the scene, but he brings a friend with him this time, and now the flash play is going to find Babip, no hook, and Blabber will not chase. Fudge going to be the target. Tally going to try and get in there. Shen, of course, going to join the party. Nice little ulti, Chachi lining it up. Fudge does use the flash. I believe he has Orange's left still. He's going to try and dance around. Orange is out of the taunt. Looks for Chachi, gets the outplay. Finds the first kill. Tally eating the tower shot as Fudge outplays them both for the double.
Fudge with the 1v2. I was talking about Perks being the one to pull that off, but Fudge says, don't forget about me. I have a clean GP. And a disaster for Peace. One of the few map plays left that they probably could have tried to force. They did do their best attempt. I think there were a couple mistakes that they made there, and it allows Fudge the opportunity to fight that one out and turn it around.
And look, Fudge wasn't massively far ahead, but he's still on the winning team that has a huge gold lead, right? Like, that play is made easier by the fact that he is ahead. But this was still very nice for Fudge.
Right, I mean, it starts out fine for Tally. The Shen ult's coming in. Tries to deliver him as close as he can, has to drop turret aggro and wants to do it with the shuriken flip. Because he grabbed turret aggro first, he couldn't kite through the entire situation, so then when Shachi taunts in, there's no immediate follow-up from Tally. Tally also missed his E because of that, so that delayed the sequence long enough, as you see Fudge just kind of giggling at his boys, not able to kill him there. You know, if Tally didn't grab turret aggro and could just follow behind Shachi, they probably get that kill. But that mistake was what cost them and allowed that double kill for Fudge.
Yeah, that means we now have Cloud9 up 10,000 gold and had quite a bloody game in our hands here between these two. And like I said, like, yes, that play looks silly, but you have to make those kind of plays when you're PC.
Yep. Hold on here. We'll see if they try and make another one. Able to get out there. Just got word from production that it was 21 kills at 15 minutes, I believe, the most at Worlds. I'm not sure if that was this World or World's history. I don't think it's World's history, but that's a lot of kills.
Yeah. So, I mean, we expected a bloody series. Game one definitely had, you know, a lot of back and forth, even if it took a little while for maybe the game to ramp up. This has been, you know, very different. But unfortunately for Peace, a bit more one-sided there for Cloud9. They are more than doubling the kills that Peace have right now. Peace, again, to their credit, are still fighting. You have to in this spot. Like, yes, you are throwing, like, good money after bad in some ways, as Blabber's just flashing in. There's a GP ulti there. There's nothing you can do for Violet. Blabber misses an auto, misses an axe. They get the tower out of the deal, but Alidork finds two in the ulti. Bullet time! It's going to turn it back around. You may have wished he killed the MF a little bit sooner, but still, there is just not enough gold to make the difference as the Realm Warp Sven takes out the enemy AD.
This is a wallet fight right there for Cloud9. Doesn't matter how well you play it. You are already 10,000 gold up. Go ahead, miss as many skill shots as you want. You're still going to win it. Cloud9 grab the mid lane turret there as well as 2 kills. Get out scot-free.
All right, well, another 1v1 is brewing. Oh, of course it's a 1v2 because Shen's still there. Perks is level 13, by the way, but he's going to run out of there. Lantern is great there from Vulcan to save his teammate, and Perks does get out.
Second, Shen and Akali combo comes up with nil. It's an improvement, though. Last one, you fed them a double kill. This time around, nothing happens.
We're going to watch this one again for the next replay. Blabber, he thought Violet was already dead.
Yeah, he thought that was going to kill him. Gets out to a range, wants the fadeaway on the
Gore Drinker.
Yeah, the Gore Drinker. Misses that. Then misses the fadeaway, actually. At that point, he's like, screw it. I didn't want to kill you anyways. The re-engage attempt was decent by Alidoric to layer in with Violet, but they're just so far behind that it's actually not even much of a threat at all. And C9 just goes, oh, okay, you're still around. We thought you went back to base. They support on top of him and finish him off.
Nice one there out of Cloud9. Even if Blabber didn't quite complete the first kill, Perks make sure to finish it there with the Realm Warp. And, you know, we're at one point talking about, you know, the kill scores for Perks and for Blabber, and at this point, it's a little Christmas tree scoreboard there. Everyone's lit up there with some bonus gold. Now, to be fair, if Peace can find those kills or even just those trades, that is gold they'll be more than happy to take away from Cloud9. And when you're this far behind, what is that, 14,000 gold or so? Although Violet's going to chop that down a little bit by taking their first tower of the game. You know, any trade's a good trade at this point. As C9 are going to start Baron on spawn.
On spawn, maybe they would have gone for this anyways, but especially after seeing multiple members of Peace down in the bot lane, they're just going to start this one off. Peace have to run all the way across, just now getting the mid lane with the Baron below 50% HP. It's a free Red Bull Baron for Cloud9.
Doesn't happen that often, but Cloud9 will take it now in Peace's defense. I don't think they were going to be able to stop them anyway, but Cloud9 make the obvious play. Take the Baron nice and swiftly, and we'll see what they can get done here. Retaining full duration of the buff. Blabber is once again running aggressively towards the enemy team. A literal 1v4. Gore Drink is back to full HP. Still not done. Fudge finds the double. Blabber finds two as well, and it's Tally, the only one left to not give away the ace.
Oh, man, Blabber is feeling himself with the Baron buff, powering him up, charges in, like you said, 1v4, gets a fat Gore Drinker proc, gets the Sterix pop, mauls Violet down, and the rest of Cloud9 eventually back him up. Might be the game here. They'll respawn in time, but at this point, I'm not sure if Cloud9 even wants to back it. They just dive both Nexus turrets.
Yeah, already up quite a lot of gold off the back of this Baron buff. Cloud9 going to take 2 inhibs out of the deal, and we'll see what else they want to get done here. Do have money to spend. Doric, lovely look there with the bandage shot. Vulcan going to be the target there. They're going to try and fight the way up. Peace have to do something, but again, the wall is just too big out of Cloud9, as they'll take a double kill there for Sven. Blabber is running down Violet under his own Nexus turrets, and Tally is just left to watch his base crumble to bits, as Cloud9 will take the 2-0 lead in the series.
Alidoric with the go next fast engage. There was no MF fault. There was a pretty low chance of winning that fight, so they go ahead, pick it right in front of both their Nexus turrets. No surprise. Goes in Cloud9's favor, and a monstrous answer after game 1 for Cloud9. Yep. They were really struggling in game 1 to get a good foothold in that game. This time around, I mean, from 3 minutes onwards, 4 minutes onwards, as soon as Blabber got his first kill of the game, felt like it was over.
Yep, ends with, I believe, topping the kill score there for himself, had 10 kills. At least before they pushed into the enemy base. Probably ending with a couple more. Yeah. Maybe the only player to hit double digits that game, though, which I guess you could kind of tell towards the end there with that very clippable 1v4.